Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony that you will be making today shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Lower your hand. Pull the microphone to your voice so we can hear. Okay.
And
Go
speak
ahead.
up. What's your full name?
Uncle P. Patel.
Okay. And Miss Vertel, are you an American citizen?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you become a citizen?
3.5 years after I came to the country, which
And-
would be 2011, 12, sometime.
Okay. And when did you come to the country?
2007,
From where?
India.
Okay. So you immigrated to America from India, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Since that time, you've been a citizen of the United States,
Yes.
doing all the things you're supposed to, is that correct?
Yes.
You've never been in any other trouble with the law except for these offenses here that we're going to. Okay. Specifically, the 14th day of February 2022, were you intoxicated?
No.
Okay. And but before that date, on November 27th, 2017, in Chambers County, Texas, you were intoxicated, is that correct?
No.
No, isn't that the prior judgment that was submitted in placing you on probation?
It was a Chambers County.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is that true?
Must be fair. Must be found out, but I would say untrue. Or some has to be discussed on that case because I was also having a situation on my business and I had to wrap up the case at the time because it was a Harvey and I had put in my businesses for like 4 feet at the time.
Okay.
So I never had the time to walk around in detail of the case.
Okay, and you didn't have an attorney?
I did not. I just, since it was my first, I just went forward.
Okay. Now, after that, on July
I don't
30th,
understand. Your question was early. Specifically on February 14th, 2022, were you intoxicated? And your answer is no, under oath today?
Yes.
on July 30th, 2020, here in Jefferson County, in County Court number 3, were you convicted of DWI?
Yes.
And you received probation for that offense?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Since the offense of February 14th, 2022, have you had anything to drink?
Can you repeat that once again?
Since the offense of February 14th, 2022, have you had anything to drink?
Were you talking about alcohol?
Yes,
Oh,
alcohol.
for the record, it's gotta be clear.
Anything to drink?
Any kind of alcohol.
He said
Very,
liquor related.
very occasionally, but not for driving at all.
Okay,
Not driving at all.
okay. Now, have you been involved in volunteering in the area, supporting things and all of
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Ever since 2007.
Okay. And you're a businessman, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what is it that you do?
I own hotels.
Okay,
And that's what we operate, we run, and we just look for the opportunities of business. That is our priority.
okay. And when you immigrated to the United States, did you have like a whole bunch pot full of money or anything?
No, we work hard,
You worked hard
very hard,
and this is what you all found out?
very hard.
Okay. Well, did you have 7 to 11 drinks on February 14th, 2022?
I don't think so.
You told the police officer that night that you'd had 3 drinks. Is that what you think you had?
That is correct.
Okay, were these 3 drinks this size?
No,
What size?
it was a red cup, I would say. And I do not know the size, but it was like probably 60 to 90 mLs a drink.
Okay. Well, was there at least 1.5 ounces of spirits, liquor in there?
I don't know by the ounce, but I can tell 60 to 90 ml drink.
Excuse me, no what?
60 to 90 ml.
Milliliters.
Milliliters.
Okay. You have to remember we're Americans and we
Yeah,
don't.
well, I know, but we don't deal with that too much, you know. It was after COVID event. It was probably the first gathering after COVID or 2 years lockdown period, so.
Now, the officer testified that on February 14th, 2022, your speech was slurred. You've watched the videos, correct?
Yes.
Was your speech slurred?
I'm not too fast actually in speaking when we have that kind of situation at the time. So it was like a kind of a surprise at the middle night when we saw that, and you know, it's probably back the speech as well.
Did Officer Johnson comment on your accent or anything?
He was tough, very tough, and he has to do what he has to do. But again, you know, for me, it was kind of a little off at the time when you see that in the middle of the night. It takes away much of the confidence.
And you don't know what alcohol she used to clean your arm later on the blood draw, do you?
I have no idea.
What color was it? Do you remember that? Okay.
Oh, yes, a white something, or a coffin.
And had you had a full meal that day?
It was a late night. I didn't eat too much, but I had an appetizer. So,
With your drinks?
yes. Like prior and after when we do it. So we just do it together and just eat.
Now, since February 14th, 2022, while this case is pending, you've not had any alcoholic drinks while driving?
No, sir.
Okay. You've done everything legally elsewhere you're supposed to do, correct? Okay. I'll pass the witness, Sean.
Protection, can we join real quick, Judge, just for 5 minutes?
All right, 5, 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna take a short break, relax, stretch your legs, report back outside. Thank you. All right, you may proceed. The record shall show that the jury is seated in the courtroom. The witness is on the witness stand. Parties are present. Doors open.
Mr. Patel, did I hear you correctly when you said the officer was being harshly with you earlier?
During the day at the voting,
Yes, yes, sir.
it was tough on me, kind of, yes.
And how was he tough on you?
It was, when he was doing the pen stuff, I believe that he was moving very ahead and keep mentioning the same thing that you gotta do that, but if you move a pen from here to here, then you can move an eye. If you're gonna take it there, you gotta move your head. So it was kind of, little over I have no clue how it's done, but I cannot just move my eye driving.
And are you aware that there's multiple ways you can be intoxicated in Texas by the loss of the normal use of your mental faculties or your physical faculties or blood alcohol concentration above 0.08? Are you aware of that?
Do you understand?
I'm not much informative on that part.
Okay. You normally just stop in the middle of the road like that?
Until unless if I'm not feeling good. That's the only time probably I think it would happen because not normally.
Okay, why were you stopped in the road on that night?
I feel that I'm not okay.
How did you, what do you mean by that?
I don't feel like driving and taking risks ahead.
Taking risk?
Taking risks to go ahead, move forward in the vehicle. Yeah. Situation.
Well, why would you be taking risks by driving?
I don't want to imbalance the vehicle while I was there in the car. Like, not go ahead.
Because of what you had drank or why?
It was a feel what I was having at the time is I didn't meant to drive ahead on it when this happened.
So why
I
exactly
was
did
trying
you?
to find a water bottle also at the same time.
Now you didn't say any of that to the officer, did you?
People was never asked.
Did you tell him you missed your exit?
Usually, I have a hotel down this exit, but did not miss the exit. But I just wanted to take an exit and see how it far I can take an exit out, take a break.
You said you had consumed 3 vodka and cranberries. Is that right?
Yes,
And where were you coming from on that night?
it was we had a gathering of the Super Bowl party, like I said, and we were just heading home after winding up the area, and I was just 2 minutes away from my home.
And is that what you told the officer that you were just one exit away?
I did 7 times
Why did you tell him to help you out?
because I felt he was giving me the tough time for me to just get there at the time, and because he was the only one who I was talking to, and I was being stopped by. So who else?
But how was he going to help you? Or why would you need help?
He was asking me to do a whole lot of things at the time when this happened, and walking with the shoe is not that hard. Even if he tells me to do it right now, I will not be able to because I had a dress shoe every time. That's how I wear it. And it's tough to do certain things at the middle of the night when we have a big day. Even if you are not drunk, you can fall. There are chances to go front and back. You're not used to it.
Uh, so it was your shoes then that made you kind of walk offline and stumble around?
It was a shoe which was not meant to do that thing, what he was asking me.
And it had nothing to do with alcohol?
I was still walking for 30 minutes on the alcohol without that.
So
when I fall, it was after 30 minutes of the conversation with him. And he was, putting a leg in one line like this. It's tough.
now what about if you were asked to lift your leg like that? Or you falling down backwards? Is that something you normally do?
I'm a heavyweight guy, so if you ask me when I'm tired also, it might happen, but I think, it was too much at the time for me to do a whole lot, then just go to bed, honestly.
Is it normal for you to tell a police officer you love them and help me out?
I don't see why not, but it's his job what he wants to do, but I would not, I would not know, but but I never said I love you or anything.
You didn't say that on the video?
I just
I love
told him to
you.
help me out.
Okay. Well, we'll let the jury, they can watch that. Now, you went to Chambers County there and you said you pled guilty, didn't you, to probation? DWI? You remember?
Yes, but I never had an attorney at the time. And
Now, you told the court you were guilty there, didn't you?
I would like to clear my first
Wait,
offense.
he's asking your question and you can explain your answer. Yes, sir, but answer his question. Ask your question.
Please, but
Now, the court, they're gonna ask you if you were guilty, right? Yeah, did they ask you that?
yes,
And you told them you're pleading guilty to that, right? And saying that you did it, right?
I was guilty in the court, but I was just trying to clear the first offense. There was several other conditions where I have to get through that and move on the job because I lost my all businesses in the flood, and I just have to move ahead.
So did you lie to the court just because you had business obligations?
Honestly, I had zero education on DWI when I had the first offense. Zero education. I don't know anything about how this is treated.
But you did know at the time the difference between the truth and a lie, right?
I know that I had a drink, so I just pled guilty at the time. And but I don't know much details on the case, but I also have another tragedy happened right before, like after 1 month, 2 months, and I have to execute the process.
Now you just said that that wasn't true though, right? That you weren't intoxicated at that time.
The label has to be determined. So, like I said, once again, it was a zero education when I had the first offense.
Well, did you tell the court the truth that time or not?
I pled guilty, which is one thing, which I knew that I had a drink and I just did that. But I don't know how deep it can go.
But was that the truth or not? What you told the court? You pled guilty.
It was guilty. But like I said, I never had a defense lawyer.
And you also pled guilty when you had a lawyer in Jefferson County, didn't you?
Yes.
And date of this judgment is July 30th, 2020.
You're referring to,
And referring to State's Exhibit 7, Your Honor.
for the record, thank you.
And it says July 30th, 2020 was the date of this judgment here, probation order, and you received, it shows 2 years probation. Is that correct?
Yes.
So 2 years from July 30th, 2020. What would that date be? Would that be July 30th, 2022?
So, yes.
Now you were arrested for driving while intoxicated in this case on February 14th, 2022. Is that correct? So you still had several months left on this other probation, didn't you?
It was,
Yes or no?
yes.
And you can explain your answer.
It was if you see the incident date, it was 1 year after this matter began. There was a 2.5 years gap in the middle of the incident.
But you were aware you were on probation at this time, right? That you were arrested for this off.
Yeah, but it was one mistake where we just stepped out of COVID lockdown and had a reasonable gathering, but never know how it will turn out.
Now, there's some probation conditions here that you're required to follow in this order, right? Number one is that you commit no offense against the laws of the state of laws of Texas or any other state, or the United States or any other governmental entity. Is that correct? You understood that, didn't you? You had an attorney on this one. Did you understand that?
Your answer?
Yes.
Go down to condition 13. It says, do not become intoxicated or be under the influence of any intoxicating substance, including intoxication by prescription medication abuse. So you can't, it also said that you couldn't become intoxicated while you're on probation by any substance. Did you understand that?
Yes.
In fact,
Daniel. 16. Position 16.
and on condition 16, that you abstain from the use of alcohol in any form at all times. Did you understand that?
I don't remember that.
Now this is your signature on this next page, correct? Where you said, I've received a copy of this order from the clerk. I fully understand and agree to all the conditions imposed upon me, and I know that this probation could be revoked for any violation. Is that your signature right there?
Yes.
So there you signed saying that you understood all those conditions, didn't you?
Yes.
And one of those conditions was condition 16 there. So did you lie when you said you understood all those conditions?
I didn't lie, but it was, like I said, it was a 2 years gathering after the COVID lockdown period. It was the first gathering, in fact, after the lockdown, so it was a different day for everyone. And
Well, did you understand you weren't supposed to be drinking while you're on probation?
yes,
And yet you were drinking while you're on probation.
We're
right?
talking about
I wasn't
alcohol.
drinking every day or something. It was just that day.
For the record, let's clear drinking. Can you clear?
Tell me, sorry, Your Honor.
It was just that
There's a
day.
term, the probation order has a term, and just for the record, we can refer what that term is so that it can be understood in the record. Thank you.
Yeah, you knew you weren't supposed to consume alcohol, right, while you're on probation?
Yes,
And you admitted to the officer that you, on February 14th, 2022, while you're still on probation for this other DWI in Jefferson County, you admitted to the officer you drank 3 cranberry and vodkas, didn't you?
Yes.
So you knew you were violating your probation at that time, didn't you?
I didn't remember the whole entire right of life. We never took that, that way that, it's gonna be that offensive because like I said, once again, it was we don't drink every day or something. It was just a 2 years gathering after lockdown. So it didn't be that day.
So you didn't think drinking on your probation was going to be that offensive?
I was protecting myself as well at the same time and creating an offense to others. So I was responsible, but I don't think I was able to hurt anyone when this happened. I was trying to be safe as much as I can. We were on the road with the way.
You think after consuming alcohol, a person is able to use their best judgment?
I don't have answer to that.
As part of your probation, did they make you take a DWI education class? And part of that class, did they describe to you the dangers of drinking and driving?
Yes.
Do they show you kind of some horrible things on there that can happen, the wrecks and things like that? And that's all just from someone getting behind the wheel and drinking alcohol. Is that right?
Yes.
And yet still after not having not one probation, but two probations, and while you're on your second probation, having watched a class, having seen the terrible accidents on there and what alcohol can do and the results, you still chose to drink alcohol and get behind the wheel, didn't you?
It was only the day, but I was still safe. Once again, I know that I will not be taking expense if I don't feel okay. And that is the reason I had stopped the race.
And do you think you consuming alcohol, you're the best judge of whether or not you're okay to get on the road after you've consumed alcohol?
Not at all. I didn't say that, but it's just the way I was trying to make it home. That simple it was.
So it was, let me get this, I want to get it correct. The probation, are you saying you actually were guilty of that first probation in Chambers County or not?
It has been determined. But like I said, I never had an attorney at the time because I have other consequences which I was going to with when I had a Hurricane Harvey, which I lost almost most of my businesses.
Sir, it calls for a yes or no
Yes,
answer.
I think I have applied that guilty
So-
already.
So you were guilty of this?
Yes, it's already been signed. But I was just trying to make since I was not knowledgeable when I had this first offense, I never had an idea what it takes.
And were you guilty of this other offense in Jefferson County, exhibit number 7? Driving while intoxicated. Okay. And it was the officer who was just being too harsh on you on this night.
I don't know, but I don't have much experience on all this, but it was kind of tough to do all the things, and it lasted kind of longer. And shoes I have, and the weather-wise, it was tough on me.
So it was the shoes and the weather
The weather,
and the officer.
it was cold weather, and well, the walking, which I was not able to do, the moving the head was kind of, the distance was out of the range of the eye to take it there.
And stopping in the middle of the road, what was that one too?
That was easy.
Why'd you stop in the middle of the road?
I was looking for a water bottle, if I could find it in the car, and that's what I wanted.
Is that the best place to stop and find a water bottle? In the middle of the road?
It's not the best place, but it wasn't that, where I would like to even take a step ahead, then it wasn't, because there was no traffic at all.
There. So on the video, you didn't see the car that pulled. There's actually several cars. You didn't see them on the video there.
It was on the neck of the lane. When I had my lights on.
Just, and you didn't think about just pulling into the old Holiday Inn there. You're looking for a water bottle.
I was just gonna leave quick after that.
Do you think you had your mental and physical faculties on that night?
Good.
Do you think you had your normal physical and mental faculties on that night?
Is it the normal faculty means? Can you explain in brief? Like,
Meaning, were you able to think normally? You weren't off any bit from drinking the alcohol?
I was just a little tired, and I just needed a rest.
And physically, you weren't a little unsteady because of the alcohol?
I think I was pretty good to get home. Because I worked like for 5 minutes, I spent 30 minutes on the parking lot.
Pathway.
Anything else?
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
You may be seated, sir. Thank you.